Hello everybody and welcome to my holiday vlog of the Tui Magic Life Hotel in Fuerteventura. After my vlog to Corfu did so well, I thought it only made sense to go back and edit this video which I filmed in 2025, so if you're wondering why I'm a little bit slimmer, a little bit younger, that's probably why. Enjoy guys. Right gang, got my nomadic and my Moroccan inspired chicken flatbread. Give me. Yeah, who doesn't love a spicy flatbread at 3 o'clock in the morning? Anyways, that was good. Then I had a problem of trying to get the yoghurt into the granola. Honestly, it was a nightmare. Tried to open it and it's yogurted all over me. But we're going to pour that in there. I'm getting cleverer. I hadn't been on a plane for 8 years at this point, so I was nervous. On the plane. I'm a bit scared of flying, so we'll see how this goes. Yeah, it wasn't too scary in the end, and we did land safely in Fuerteventura. It is quite a decent transfer from the airport to the hotel. It took us about 1.5 hours, and you are kind of just driving through endless wasteland, but you know it's cool enough, and eventually we did arrive. Right gang, we have actually arrived. We are in Fuerteventura, Tui Magic Life in Jandia as they call it, and it's absolutely lovely. It's like 23 degrees I think right now. Feels even warmer than that. We arrived at lunchtime and our room wasn't quite ready yet, so we dropped off our suitcases at the reception, just had a walk around, had a little explore and just saw the sights and it looked lovely. Weirdly enough, my most recent holiday before this was actually going to this hotel when I was only 10 years old, so coming back 8 years later, it was quite nostalgic and it was interesting to see what's changed. Then we bobbed in for some dinner. I got just a random array of things. I was starving to be fair. It's buffet food, but it's not bad buffet food. Just got a load of meat, pizza and olives. Fuerteventura and olive. That is an amazing olive, guys. Yeah, I used to do a weird series on YouTube where I just eat olives and rate them. Then the bellboy offered us a taxi to our room, which entailed on flying down these little cobbly paths at like 30 miles an hour. This was scarier than the flight itself. Okay gang, so we have now got our room and I have to say it's fantastic. I don't speak very loud in the video, so I'll just voice it over. Yeah, you can see I've got a beautiful shower, a beautiful toilet, and then as you come out, it's a very spacious room, a very clean feeling room as well. The double bed obviously is just 2 beds pushed together, but you know, you're not going to win them all, are you? You've got a couple of chairs, a nice TV, a nice mirror. Hello, you can see myself in there. And then as you come outside onto the balcony, you've got a nice view. Not a bad view. Yeah. Then I went for a little splash in the sea. I looked like a little kid on his first ever outing to the seaside. And then we chilled by the pool. And you know, if you want to see my feet, you have to pay. Oof, it's boiling. Not a bad view, guys. Not a bad view. God, I'm misbehaving. I would be lucky if I don't get kicked out. Then I also got a mocktail because I don't drink. It was very, very sweet, to be fair. Too sweet. Then I decided to have a little yap to the camera about pretty much nothing for like 2 minutes straight. And before you knew it, it was time for tea. First off, I got some prawns, an array of meat and some vegetables, but there was this guy next to us who stacked his plate with a mountain of prawns, and we nicknamed him Prawn Man. Then I got some garlic bread pizza and ravioli. The ravioli wasn't too good, to be fair, I didn't enjoy that, but the pizza was really nice. And also, they do these little dishes of slightly fancier food. I had this ginger chicken, and it was good. And then a salad plate, I don't know, swear I'm not a wrong'un. And then Georgia got the exact opposite. And so did I. I feel like the desserts were just the classic buffet desserts. They were good. Cheesecake was especially good. And then I had some watermelon pizza, obviously. And then we went over to these tennis courts, which were free of charge, and just played a bit of tennis. The quality at times was questionable, to say the least. But at least we had a good time. It was fun. Then I felt like the main character and had to strike a pose. Okay, gang, good morning. It is day 2 of our holiday now. And now it's like just after 7:30 and we're going to go on a nice beach walk, so yeah. And go on a beach walk we did. It was lovely and calm, bit windy as it always is in this part of the world, but we really enjoyed it. I hate it when the wind exposes your hairline. Lovely little beach walk this morning, right? The sea was nice and far out this morning, which meant we could have a lovely walk along the soft sand, and I even went on a run. Worst thing about this beach is the freaking massive staircase, and I'm trying to walk but not get sand in my shoes, and it's not really going too well, but we'll see. Just like a billion stairs to go. We made it to a well-earned breakfast. I had a slice of foreign bacon again, which isn't real bacon, and an omelette, which was actually really good, and it's made fresh in front of you. Then I had a salad. I can't believe I had a salad. What's wrong with me? I didn't really film too much today, to be fair. Not too much happened. It was a very much relaxed day after the hectic day of yesterday. So I've just filmed a few random bits I had to eat throughout the day. I promise this isn't all for breakfast because even though I'm not that crazy. I ended the day with a beautiful glass of warm milk. We started our day with a lovely walk down to the beach, as we did every day. It was a bit dull, but look how beautiful that sun looks. Then we bobbed to the gym for an hour, just because it was free and included, so we thought why not do it in the morning to work up our appetite. Then I got another omelette. I was trying to film what I could of it being made, but I did feel a little bit awkward filming it, so you kind of get the idea. It's an omelette. I enjoyed my omelette again, it was all good. I had some beans, scrambled eggs and bacon with it, very nice. Then I had pancakes, believe it or not. They're pancakes under all that fruit, which all the fruit was fresh and delicious, and the pancakes, when I got to them, were too. Didn't leave a crumb, although it did make my tongue very, very purple. Then I got a waffle and a weird stick thing, and then 4 more eggs, yep. And finally, a pancake with 1 slice of bacon. Good. Okay, gang, so we've just finished breakfast, and it was very nice. As you can see, like, I've grown quite a bit this holiday, and it's only like the 3rd day, and yeah, it was a lovely meal. I had like 4 courses, as you could see. Quite full. I've got a purple tongue now, which isn't great, but you know, swings and roundabouts, it could be a good thing. Who knows, it could come in handy if there's a purple tongue contest. I've won it, hasn't I? But you can see today, it's not a very nice day, it's quite cloudy. It's not too warm, and it's like the coldest day it's going to be while we're here. So thinking today, rather than like chilling by the pool the whole day, we're going to do a bit more. There's like a 24-hour pub inside, we're going to go there quite a bit and stuff. Drink some waters and hot chocolates and play some cards. We're going to go on a few walks down to the shops and stuff. Just see what there is again. Just have a nice chill day like that. We're going to chill by the pool in a bit, but just, well, it's quite chilly, we'll do that. So yeah, I'll see you there again. Yeah, well, anyone who can tell me how many times I said chill, congratulations to you. Then we went and played some cards at the 24/7 Wonder Bar, which is open 24/7. Despite the aura, I'm terrible at memory, which we played and I lost severely. And then I waited till the 3rd day for some reason to give you a little tour of the food hall. This was lunch, and as you can see, you've got your grill section here with vegetables and meat. Very, very lovely. You got your like random meats here as well. I like to call them the fried delights because they're normally a bit fried. Like you got chicken, pork, that sort of thing. You got your pasta section, which is just standard buffet pasta. I'd probably avoid this. Whenever I went, it wasn't particularly nice. You got your little roast section for your uncultured Brits, as you do. Lovely big paella, that was really nice. You had a selection of some grilled fish which changed every day, that was always fun to check out. There was the pizza section which I really liked actually. I never ever get like pizza when I'm abroad in like a buffet, but it was so good this, honestly. Some of the best food I had there. Then you got your puddings, which like I said are just your standard buffet puddings. They're always alright, they all kind of just taste the same to be fair, but they're harmless, aren't they? They also had a hot dessert every day that changed. It was cheesecake here and it was really nice. They usually made a few like fancy looking salad dishes and stuff like that here. They were always alright. Not really my cup of tea sometimes, but you know, I appreciate the effort. And they had a nice Greek salad, which, you know, I don't mind if I do. Then I got some fish and beetroot, calamari and more meats and vegetables as per. It was chill by the pool time. And oh boy, we got a cone of chips which they made and some pizza as well. It had started to warm up today, but then we went to the shop and saw some Orbits, which was interesting, a Toblerone, wow, and a Tronky, which was my favourite of all. Postcard time. This always happens. Then, to our delight, a pool party broke out and they were just spraying foam everywhere. Honestly, it went so high, the amount of foam at one point. It was an unbelievable atmosphere. I was having a whale of a time. I even tried to join in. It was not a bad view from the pool, you have to say. You could see people climbing the mountain. Right, gang, we are back again in the room, getting ready for tea. We had a nice day. It's actually been so much warmer than I thought. Like, I know I've shut things so you can't really see, but it's very bright outside and I feel like I'm burning a bit, just like chest areas and that, which isn't too good. But yeah, it's been really nice. We got some nice dinner. We only get like a little bit from the actual restaurant and then we go to the pool and as you saw, we got some like chips and a bit of pizza as well, just because we think it's nicer to chill by the pool and eat rather than just like sit inside and get stuffed, because we don't want to have another massive meal because we can't help ourselves but eat loads. So if we only get a teeny bit from like the canteen area and then go outside and just get a snack, it's a lot better. Anyway, so then we just chilled, enjoyed. We had a good swim as well. I've really enjoyed that swim. I love a good swim. Cooled me down a bit. And then, yeah, we're just going to get ready for tea tonight, but we're not going to the buffet tonight. We're going to a restaurant, a little restaurant, an Italian one. I think it's called like Trattoria, something like that. Don't really matter what it's called. But yeah, they just do all sorts of Italian things. I think it is still a buffet, but like, it's just Italian. It's like a smaller specialty restaurant. You can go once a week. We're only there for 5 days, so it's our only visit to a fancy one. And we're going to go, it'll be really fun. So we're going to get ready and I'll see you when I've got my fancy fit. Okay, we are now all ready to go to our fancy Italian restaurant. Here's my snazzy fit. We arrived at Trattoria, like old Roman warriors with only one mission: eat as much food as we could. To start, I went in and I got some capriccio, I think it is, and some caprese salad. For men, I got a spinach cannelloni, I believe, and it was absolutely lovely, to be fair. One of the best things I had while I was here. And then for main, I got a Davilo pasta, which was just a spicy tomato sauce pasta, and it was so nice. And then for dessert, I got every Italian dessert under the sun. Panna cotta, tiramisu. It was unbelievable. This is the best restaurant we went to. The food was so good. And then I snuck into the buffet to get some pizza. I feel like Homer from The Simpsons when the all-you-can-eat seafood restaurant kicked him out and they went fishing. Anyways, as you can see behind me, there is some awesome entertainment going on. Oh, that was a great day. Anyways, we're back up nice and early at the gym. Breakfast after waking up an appetite. You know the drill by now. It's omelette first, and then we move on to the pancake hidden by a mountain of fruit. Before another plate of random stuff. These little potato things were really nice though. Then I saw this criminal bird steal some crumbs off the floor. How could he? Caught him red-beaked or something. Then it was time for some pool by the pool. I love a bit of pool. Do you like pool? For tea, I had some minestrone soup. It was a bit oily, but it was still good. I love minestrone soup. And some olives, obviously. Then it was time for a meat plate again. I love a little meat plate. Some fajitas in there. It was really nice. It's all really good food. Then a bit of pizza. A bit of fish maybe, and some squid. We mustn't forget I'm a growing boy, so I had to have a little bit more as well. And with that, I made a genius sandwich, and it was actually proper good. You could cut your own bread and everything. Then I had another course. I don't know what's going on here. Before finally, a simple little dessert. I woke up and did some yapping on the beach before a rather familiar breakfast, I'm not going to lie. I'm like a broken record, just getting the same thing every single time. And then the pancake plate with a ridiculous amount of fruit, but at least I'm getting my vitamins in, alright? Then some egg and what looks like 2D bacon, you know, like the kind you find in the game. And then finally a singular waffle. How sad does that look? We then played some pool. We had a little kerfuffle with the machine. It didn't actually work. So we went to reception and then I got it all fixed. Georgia is here showing off some of her interesting skills. Lunchtime and I decided just to throw a little pickly stuff on my plate apparently. You know, why not? And I also had a little cute slider which they were doing today. I got another one as well and shoved some sun-fried chicken in there. After my starter dinner, it was main dinner by the pool. I had 2 delicious burgers. I've been waiting all week for them to do the burgers by the pool. And finally, they did them. Soaking in the last of the sun that we could. It was time for one last tea at the buffet. I had these nice noodles and some crispy chicken, I believe that is. I then got a really weird plate, which I didn't really enjoy. I think it's the only time I left any food. That pasta was just not very nice and nothing else was. I went and got some more noodle doodles and then also a bit of grated carrot, I think. I don't know what's going on with this plate. Then I had a bit more meat, I think that's turkey breast, and some chicken which I covered in honey to be cool. And also a horrible drink that I could not drink. For dessert I had this beautiful apple pie / crumble crossover. It was absolutely amazing. Then I had some more, no that's not fruit cheese, that's this weird cake thing. All really good. And then another slice of the apple pie. It was the best dessert I had probably, apart from tiramisu. After a beautiful holiday, our first ever holiday together, it was time to say goodbye, but not before we had one more breakfast. I had these random pancakes with a load of random stuff on them again, and then some eggs and stuff, and that was it. And here we are, back home, a year and a bit later. So, was it worth it? First of all, the food. The food overall was a little bit hit and miss for me. I think breakfast was strong because you had your fresh omelette station, pancakes, you know, waffles. You had pretty much everything fresh through. It was all there and it was all, you couldn't really ask for much more for breakfast in my opinion. The pancakes were being made fresh in front of you, so were the eggs. So it was all nice and fresh and very good. Lunch was probably where I struggled a little bit because lunch and tea weren't actually much different. And obviously, if you're having lunch at the buffet, then coming back for tea at the buffet, and there's not really much different, you're going to feel a little bit bored and disappointed, especially if you're spending more than a few days. I spent 5 days, and by the last couple of days, I was a little bit bored because it's kind of just the same thing. It's very repetitive. What I would recommend doing is either, for lunch, staying by the pool and getting something from the pool bar instead, or going to a specialty restaurant when you can in the evening, especially if you're going as a couple like me and Georgia did. If it's just the two of you, splash out, spend the extra tenner a couple of nights, and just go somewhere that's going to be doing proper, better food rather than just the buffet food. Obviously, if you're going as a big family, which, you know, seems great. I think if you are a big family, a Tui Magic Life Resort definitely seems like the place to go because there's just everything you could need. You know, the kids will all be happy with whatever food they want. I was happy for the most part. Trust me, if I was being paid to go there, I would not complain at all. I didn't complain anyway. I had a great time, but as someone who loves the food, I would recommend, you know, just trying to switch it up a little bit more. The hotel itself was absolutely lovely, to be fair. I can't really fault the hotel. The reception was friendly when we needed them. You know, rooms were changed on the daily as per. It was all nice. It felt clean. And it was just a big, very friendly resort, and I felt very, very safe. It's just like a 2-minute walk down some stairs for the beach. Probably means it's not the most accessible for people, especially if you're a little bit older and you're not as able to walk up and down the stairs. You might struggle a little bit here. Obviously, from England, it's like a 4-hour flight to Fuerteventura, give or take. So it was a little bit of a longer flight, but I got it for quite cheap. I think we paid £605 maybe for the 5 nights, which is not bad at all for an all-inclusive. What I will say though is if you are someone who likes to try and explore the town, you will have to probably get a bus, because around the hotel there was not much. There was a couple of shops and that's about it. So you are kind of secluded in your little own bubble, which is fun for an all-inclusive. Would I go again? I wouldn't be in a rush, but I have nothing against going again. I think a few improvements would probably have to be made if I was considering going again over somewhere else. I think for one, evening entertainment needs to be up a little bit more. There wasn't too much to do in the evening. I think there was like either like a silent disco on some nights or like the live music, which was nice. But it'd be nice to have a little bit more of that every single night. I think back to Butlins, which is a place I've been before and I'm going again this year. That had lots of entertainment. Obviously, that place is for entertainment because you're in England, you're in Skegness. What else is there to do, really? But it would be nice to have more shows. I think there was like a dance show, but yeah, a little bit more going on in the evening for me, you know. But the Wonder Bar was brilliant. It's nice to have somewhere that's always open 24/7. They're doing snacks. It was just like hot dogs and stuff, which was a bit rubbish. But, you know, it's good for them. They're doing snacks still. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I know it's not been made perfectly. This was a while ago before I, you know, perfected my art of vlogging, which I clearly haven't still. But I hope you did enjoy. If you do want to see another vlog, let me know. I'm going Skeggy Butlins. So if you want to see a Skeggy Butlins vlog, you know what to do. Thank you all so much for watching anyway, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.